Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the best and new missions added with the Nyx system, the Vanduul Smugglers. This mission chain sits at the QV logistics stations around the Glacium Ring and is easily one of the most profitable and fun FPS missions in the game right now. Tons of loot, rare Vanduul materials, and a payout that can hit well over 2 million if you run the full loop. Now I've already run this a few times already with my aUEC, and I'm going to walk you through the whole mission step by step, explain how to unlock it and give you a clear route through each area so you can complete it efficiently on your first run. Let's get into it. Before you'll see the Vanduul Smugglers missions appear, you need reputation with the Intersect Defense Solutions organization. They're a new military contractor in Nyx. Now the fastest way is to run neutralize terrorist missions under the Merc tab, the mercenary tab. They're basically HRT tier difficulty. You need around 10 to 15 completions to reach the junior contractor rank. So you need to be junior contractor to unlock the Tech Smugglers mission before it actually appears. And once you hit that rank, the Vanduul Tech Smugglers mission will appear in your investigation tab. Now, just to be clear, it's going to be in your investigations tab, not in the mercenaries tab. Recommended gear. This mission is about 10% ship combat and 90% FPS. Here's what I would recommend bringing. I would recommend long-range weapons like long-range ARs or LMGs, Kana, FS9s, etc. Sidearm of your choice, anyone will do really, and plenty of mags. In terms of the armor, I would highly recommend wearing heavy armor because you're going to take a lot of hits. Med pens, a med gun. Now I ran with two pyro multi-tools, one with the tractor beam attachment and the other with the healing attachment. Now I would recommend that as well. Solo is doable, but running with 2 or 3 players, as I did in the B-roll that you're watching, makes this mission significantly safer and much faster as well. Now what we did, we went to Blevski at Nyx and we essentially set spawn there and did all of our gearing up there. You know, we bought our heavy armor, the guns, the med pens, the tractor beams, the attachments, all that stuff. We got it all there and then we headed out from there. But before all of that, guys, if this is of any value to you and you appreciate my guides and my videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button, because it really does help me out. It's a free way to support the channel and it tells me that you guys want more videos like this going forward. Thank you very much, and back to the video. Section 3. Arrival at the QV logistics stations. Now this mission sends you to a logistics hub in the Glacium Ring. When you arrive, you'll have to clear the Vanduul ships outside. So you'll see a mix of blades, scythes and glaives. You can take them out, then call ATC for a hangar. But as you can see, we went in with a Prowler. Now the Prowler has a very low IR and a small cross section, and it's probably one of the best stealth ships that you can use to evade the Vanduul ships. So as you can see, this was the cargo variant, and we used this to sneak past the Vanduul without any ship or dogfighting or combat of any kind, ship combat of any kind, and we managed to get into our hangar, find a hangar and get into it without any issues. Now that's what I would recommend. Now you can do it with other low IR or cross-section vehicles. There's quite a few of them out there. Go and check on aUEC Games and have a look. The internal hangars only fit medium ships. That's something to remember. If you're flying something larger, I would head to the external pad next to the wrecked Polaris, docked just underneath the station. So there's an elevator there that takes you inside, and once you're in the station, that's when the mission begins essentially. Section 4, the main atrium ambush. So what you do, you take the elevator up from the hangars, and as soon as you reach the top of the stairs, the doors are going to lock behind you. As soon as you start, actually what I found is as soon as you start fighting or the enemies see you, that's when the doors behind you get locked. And also there's a security office, and that also gets locked as well. The doors lock behind you, a full squad ambushes you. So you have to clear the enemies, then push up the left hand side. And then you'll see, if you turn back on yourself as you go to the left hand side, you'll see a little ramp up to go above and to the opposite side of the balcony, and that's where you'll find the maintenance area. And in there you'll find two guys on the left hand side. Just make sure to take them out. And inside maintenance you'll find a lever, so if you pull a lever to shut it down, that will disable the station lockdown, and that will now unlock the security office downstairs where you first walked in.
Where is the guy?
We've moved on, Devil. Move. Catch up.
Alright. I'm here. I was looking at them from the back, so.
There's a guy down the other end of the hallway.
Gwen, come on. Captain.
On my way.
Okay.
I know there's two on the left.
One in here.
Sometimes. Oh, another one. Got it. That's the alarm done.
That's the alarm done.
Wow. Now you have to be careful here. You'll see we died a couple of times. We had to revive ourselves. Now a good tip is what we did was spawn the Anvil Terrapin medic ship, and we used that to set our spawns. And if you do that, then what you'll do, obviously once you die, you'll just spawn back in the hangar where at the station where you're in essentially, and you can get back into the fight a lot quicker. Section 5, security office. Lieutenant number 1, the warehouse key. Step 1, so inside the security, so there's going to be a lot of enemies here. One of them is the first lieutenant, and they normally wear a Vanduul skull mask. You need to kill all the enemies, obviously, and then search the lieutenant with the skull mask, and that will give you the data and key card, essentially the decryption key card, and that will allow you to interact with the nearby terminal in the security office. You need to insert the key card and upload the data segment number 1, and on the right hand side of the screen you'll see decrypt data and find remaining data packets. That's essentially your mission. It's quite simple really. And while you're here, you can also have a look around the room for a comp board. Now in this run we couldn't actually find it. It didn't spawn. We looked everywhere, so just have a look out for it. It's a large data pad or data key. You'll need to insert it in each area to charge it to 33%. Now, just a tip, there's also a medical room upstairs in the atrium area where you can go in and heal yourself, and there's 2 medical boxes where you can grab some more medipens or medical attachments as well. You can't, however, set your spawn there, so just be aware of that. Please.
Are you good? good on food and liquid. You can lay in this bed to up that to 99.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that as well, actually.
Oh, I can't see anything. So there's a refill here. You see? 2 refill gems. There's a refill gem here. You see it?
Yeah. I think he
It's on the
needs the
ground.
pyramid for the...
Cargo Bay A and B. Now these two areas are literally exactly the same. You're going to walk in, and straight ahead of you you're going to see a few NPC enemies hiding behind boxes. They'll start shooting you as soon as they see you anyway. So you'll clear them out, and then if you turn right you'll see a huge cargo warehouse area with a freight elevator. Now you got to be careful not to run out into the open here, because at the back of the warehouse are not 1 but 2 miniguns, stationary miniguns, and if they hit you once you are gone. So just be careful and be aware of that. Stay behind cover, go slow. Those 2 miniguns are not always manned. However, if the enemy sees you, they will run to it and man it and start shooting you if you're out in the open. The aim of the game here is to essentially find the data, decryption data key again, or card I should say, and that is normally located with the second tenant, and he is normally right at the top of the staircase where the second minigun is, at the back of the room.
It's okay that I'm far away. There is a guy behind you. I don't know where that guy went.
So just watch out for the marker on the screen. It should tell you where it is. Now, one thing to note here is once you clear the warehouse the first time, you will have reinforcements spawning behind you where you came from. So just be aware of that. Now once you clear the warehouse with the reinforcements as well, this is the perfect time to loot the whole area. Now I would suggest you go around with your tractor beam pointing at every single little thing, because you can find ship components here. You can get the cryopods and make sure they're filled with the Vanduul in it, and if you hand them in to, I think, Wicklow, they're roughly about 600,000 to 700,000 aUEC each per cryopod. So you can hand them into Wicklow and he'll give you that as well. Now you send them down the elevator, but you have to come back and pick them up at your hangar later on at the end of the mission. So whoever's, also just a tip, whoever sends them down the elevator is the one that will keep them. It will stay in their elevator, if that makes sense. So once you clear those 2 cargo bays, A and B, you'll be sent to the Polaris wreck. Now, just be aware, if you go outside, you need to be careful not to take your ship. It's not very far. I would suggest heading to pad 3 like we did, and then EVAing from the pad straight to the Polaris. You can enter through the right side airlock, not the docked side obviously, and you'll have to fight your way through room by room. Now be aware, this is a very close quarters combat zone area, and you have to move slow, clear the enemies out slowly, because there will be spawning behind you, in front of you, side of you, and it's a very close quarters area, as I said, and there is just so much loot here, and you can only, to actually loot the Polaris, you'll need to, if you intend to loot the Polaris, you'll need to clear the Vanduul ships outside in space first, because then you can bring your cargo ship or big ship and load it up with all of the goodies, right? The loot goodies.
Now just imagine fighting that many guys in a really defined space.
We can set our spy points in the Polaris. Look at it.
No, it's the also it's the next one. We'll go to the whatever it's called. And once you get to it, then it gives you there are like outposts. And then there's like 3 of them and you need to go find your thing. You need to split up. Oh, here's a spike right here.
Yeah.
Couple of them. One behind you.
Oh yeah.
And then this guy.
There you go. Maybe that's fine.
No, like 3 months. 2 months. One died.
There's more.
Healing.
Covering.
Watch for grenades. Got my heal with some since I've been 89.
There's going to be a 3rd lieutenant in the Polaris, and they're normally wearing a Vanduul chest piece or a Vanduul headgear, and you'll find them near the elevator in the middle of the Polaris, on the floor that you actually walk in, and you just have to loot his body and you'll get the key card essentially. Section 8, the auxiliary station. Now for this, I would highly recommend you grab a hover bike. I use the Mirai Pulse. However, you've got several options. You could use the Drake Dragonfly, the Opoa Nox, the Hover Quad from Consolidated Outland. You could use the Origin X1 series. There's many options. The point is, if you use a hover bike or hover quad, the Vanduul ships in space won't actually attack you. They'll completely ignore you. So take your quad from your hangar and fly out to the auxiliary station highlighted on the map. So on arrival, you'll be told you need a key card. Now 3 rec sites will appear on your HUD. One of them contains the lieutenant with the key card. So fly to each rec and take out any Vanduul ships, but obviously you don't have to if you're using the hover bikes. The lieutenant will already be dead, or should already be dead. You'll just have to loot his body to get access to the card. Now return to the auxiliary station and enter through the airlock. Now walk through the corridors, checking the fallen Vanduul, and if you loot the Vanduul, you'll find the Vanduul metal and Vanduul plating. They also have the Vanduul knives as well, which are really cool. So I'd suggest looting those, so don't miss out on those ones. Now if you do see any burst pipes or flames coming out of the burst pipes, you can repair it with your multi-tool and the cambio attachment. However, in this run we didn't have to do that, which was cool. Now as you walk in, you'll see a Vanduul hung up on the wall in the registration office, and the whole point of this area is to gain access to that office to grab the next key card. What you'll need to do is work through the different rooms, taking down all the enemies one by one, and moving very slowly. I would highly recommend moving very slowly, because again, you know, with the bug, with the whole Terminator bug I'm calling it, the enemies can spawn, the NPCs can spawn behind you at any point, and they're all 100% accuracy. Right? So, going very slowly, you'll need to find a laptop with the email containing the PIN code to gain access to the registration office. Now once you find the code for the office, you'll need to head back there You need to search the 4th lieutenant, and he will have the final security card, and that will give you the final decryption key, which you need to use back at the atrium. 899.
Okay, got it. I wrote it down.
Oh,
Oh, they came from the back.
yeah, we need to go back to that security office to put the door, the code in. Access granted. And then we'll go and interact with the guy who's hung up on the wall. There's usually no one here.
That's the final piece of data we need. Time to decrypt them at the terminal. Get them uploaded to the intersect servers.
Cool. Finally, head back to the main atrium area we started at the beginning of the mission, and insert one of your key cards, hit decrypt, and that will give you a mission complete. And that will give you 1 million aUEC as a payout reward, obviously shared amongst your team. Plus, if you grabbed all the loot from cargo bay areas A and B, you have all of that as well, plus all the loot from the Polaris, plus the loot from the atrium. The mission is also fully replayable, so you can head back out of the mission area, go back to Levski, retake the mission, and head back in again. And you can just repeat that multiple times. All in all, I think this is probably one of the best missions in Star Citizen that I've ever experienced. Much better than a Xeno threat, in my opinion. The whole ASD facility storyline has just been the best experience for me so far. And I'm coming into this quite late as well, and a huge improvement on the whole narrative and even the stability of the missions. It's been really good. You know, CIG, we want to see more of this. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more of this kind of thing as well, because obviously if CIG sees this, then they'll continue creating more missions and gameplay like this for us. Right guys, that's my full guide. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of thing, please do subscribe and hit that like button. It really does help me out. It's free and easy as well. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the bus. Goodbye.